So I hate to do it to the Virgos and not actually clip my microphone on a Virgo video. The level of disrespect required for me to do that is very high. I'm doing a Virgo video because it is Virgo season. If you've been wronged by a Virgo, if a Virgo did you dirty, you're not gonna like this video. But wait. I have something special for you at the end. I'm gonna bring it back just for you. But I know someone who is gonna like this video, and it's gonna be the Virgo. So I know it's Virgo Sun season, but if you have a planet in the 6th house, several planets in the 6th house, if you're a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Rising, Mercury even, and that Mercury is your chart ruler, you're a Virgo midheaven. If you have any sort of Virgo energy, I'm talking about you. Let's get right into it. The first reason why people don't like Virgos is because people don't like to hear the truth. They just don't. You've heard that phrase, like, truth hurts? Yeah, it does. Truth hurts. And Virgos, they are allergic to bullshit. They're allergic to you lying to yourself. And the more full of shit you are, the less you like Virgos. So if you have any level of Neptune, or I hate to say Pisces because it's not necessarily Pisces, but it's the Neptune. If you're a Neptune child, then you're really gonna have trouble with the Virgos, because not only are you sensitive, but sometimes you're living in delusional land and the Virgos are trying to help you and you're absolutely not gonna hear it. The second reason people hate Virgos is because they're the absolute best. They are the absolute best. And I don't mean this in a Leo way, like, if you're a Leo Virgo, you're probably the best of the best, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about Virgos. But if you know some Leo Virgo people, like, just slap them a little bit. They're just too good for us. They're too good for us. So the reason why Virgos are so amazing is because they work so much harder than all of us. They work so much harder than all of us. And so if you take just like the tiniest teensy bit of talent and you work it as much as a Virgo works it, then you would be as successful as a Virgo, but you're not gonna do that. The last reason people hate Virgos is because they make us look lazy, because they're just doing so much more than we are. They can make us feel guilty for not doing more. We can either be inspired by it, or we can just let it make us feel shitty. I choose to be inspired by it. Every single day I wake up, I'm just like, I'm gonna try to be as Virgo as I can be. And then I just completely shut down because I get very exhausted. But at least I try. Now we're gonna go down the list of amazing Virgo people. So we have Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was famous for going to practice, for having like 3 practices a day. When people were doing 1 or 2 practices a day, Kobe was doing 4. People will get there and be like, oh, I got here at the same time as Kobe. Kobe had already been there for an hour. That's what he's famous for. He's famous for working super hard. And Kobe was a Sun Saturn in Virgo. Can you even imagine a harder working human being than a Sun Saturn in Virgo? Because I cannot. Michael Jordan has his chart. Michael Jordan is he's actually a Cancer rising. Like, can you even imagine a Cancer rising with his moon in the 6th house? Like, that's his chart ruler. His entire chart ruler, his whole personality is about working hard. And so I'm just saying, that 6th house planet, it doesn't have to be in Virgo. It could be a planet in the 6th house. You're so hardworking. You're so amazing at everything that you do. Joe Burrow, I'm having a very strong Joe Burrow moment. There's this famous interview. I couldn't find it, so it must not be that famous, but it's famous in my head. I'm not a big football person. I'm a people person, so I follow people's stories. And Joe Burrow was actually let go from his team, and people didn't think he was gonna do anything. And he kept saying, like, yeah, no, just wait, just hold on, I'll be right there. Give me a second. Joe Burrow kept working, and LSU gave him a chance. Joe Burrow ended up winning the Heisman Trophy. You're probably like, Denise, Joe Burrow's a Sagittarius. He's a Sagittarius Sun Moon. Yes, he is. But he is Mars in Virgo. If I could choose my Mars, I would choose a Mars in Virgo. They're surgical. I always call them, anytime I have a client with Mars Virgo, I have to give them the Joe Burrow speech where they ask him after the championship. They're just like, hey, Joe, like, could you ever have imagined such a thing? And he's like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen because I practiced it exactly like this. And it's like, that's exactly what a Virgo Mars would say, because that is what they do. Mars is your will, the way that you move in the world. It's your drive. And when you're a Virgo Mars, it's not that you're very strong necessarily, it's that you will work until you're exhausted and then you'll keep working. Not only that, but you work very intelligently because you think about the steps that you're gonna take. And if you think about like what a quarterback needs to do, like I don't know that much about football. I really don't. I know next to nothing about football, but I know that the quarterback has to be really smart. And next on my list is Steve Jobs, who had planets in the 6th house, and he was also a Virgo rising. Like his chart ruler was in the 6th house. I always have to mention Steve Jobs to my Virgos as an example of like excellent Virgo work ethic, because like I always say the same thing. I'm just like, guys, like look at your iPhone and look at the number of iterations that it took to get it there. Imagine when they first began the iPhone, they probably like drew like a box and they were just like, this is what it's gonna be. And look how it ended up. Look how much it improved from the beginning. Look at where it's ended up and how it transformed the entire world based on this man's like vision, because he has Pisces energy too, I believe. You got the vision, but then you need the work ethic. If you have found that you're like not there yet, just keep going. That's the most important thing for you, that you have to complete the process. Don't stop yourself. Don't stop yourself because your thing isn't perfect yet. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Done is better than perfect. You finishing something means that it's done. And no, your thing is never going to be perfect. No work of art is ever finished. You could just keep going and going forever and ever and ever. But imagine if like the guy who painted the Mona Lisa did that, like we never would have had it, right? So you have to eventually just force yourself to finish. Lastly on this list, like Maren Altman, Maren Altman is so hardworking. I know she's a Virgo Sun. She plasters her chart everywhere, guys. She's so amazing, and she's a Virgo. And I'm just like, bro, like if I was a Virgo, I don't even know. I don't watch her content. I just follow her because I think she's freaking amazing and hardworking. And any astrologer who's out there working that hard, I'm gonna clap for you. You're amazing. I'm your fan, right? She inspires me. So I'm just like, imagine if I could, she shows up every day. Every day. So that's why she is successful. Not only is she talented, she's obviously talented and gorgeous, but she's very hardworking, and you cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. And I love a hardworking person and a hardworking lady. Chef's kiss. Okay, so this is the part for the people who were wronged by Virgos. This is for my Virgo Venuses, my 6th house Venuses. I still love you because I love all Virgos. But, okay, you know how I say I love Virgos? I love Virgos. I love them as friends, as bosses, as family members, as parents, as siblings, as neighbors. But dating a Virgo, ooh, I don't have experience dating a Virgo. But from what I've seen from my friends, from my clients who date Virgos, they can be a little bit difficult to date. Why? Because guys, like there's a reason why Venus is in fall in Virgo. It's because love is supposed to be all accepting. It's supposed to, do you accept me as I am, or do you have to pick me apart? And the Virgo's like, I'm trying to improve you. I'm trying to help you grow. And it's true, but like, do we have to grow every single day? Like, do we have to grow it? You know, some people don't want to grow every single day. Look, if you have any sort of like allergy to expanding and growing and changing, do not even get near a Virgo, because that's like that's their thing, guys. Like improvement and changing things and fixing things, that is their thing. And for those of you that are just like, well, my Virgo was a freaking loser and he was really lazy and stinking dirty. It's true. And he probably feels bad about it. But even those stinky, dirty loser Virgos, I bet you $1 million, they can have like really strange things. Like I knew a Virgo that had like a very extensive collection of corn, and it was all alphabetized and by categories and all of these things and like a hard drive, and that was like his pride and joy. And I was like, that's interesting. Very Virgo and interesting. That skill of systematizing things and categorizing things is very useful if applied to something that you could profit off. Relationships can be difficult for Virgos. I have a friend who's recently single and she's on the market again. Actually, she is no longer with a Virgo. She was with a Virgo Sun. Now she's not. And it just so happens that she keeps attracting Virgos. And I have a lot of opinions as to, if you want a video on that, on why you keep attracting Virgos, let me know in the comments if you'd like a video on that. But what I keep noticing is that there's so many Virgos out there on the dating market, on the apps. And I'm just like, it's because nobody wants them. But the thing is that it's not just that nobody wants them. Remember, because of what we said in the beginning, like people are full of shit and they don't want to change. They don't want to improve themselves. They don't. Reality hurts and people are allergic to reality. But also Virgos don't want people who have an aversion to change and improvement. So it's like kind of like a mutual thing. So that's why it can be hard for Virgos to be in relationships. If you like the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to this channel, like, what are you doing? Like, don't be disrespectful. Subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out videos every single week because I'm trying to be my own version of Virgo. I'm trying to show up as a Virgo every day that I can. So guys, I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video. And happy Virgo season. Happy Virgo season. And if you look at this shirt and you could tell who my favorite character from Friends was, please leave the name in the comment and we'll bond over that.